Life with 3 kids under 10 is like juggling flaming torches while riding a unicycle on a tightrope. Yeah, it's chaotic. But throw in a nanny like Isabelle, and suddenly, the circus feels more like a well-oiled machine. Picture this, the morning rush, where every minute counts. That's where Isabelle shines. She swoops in with a smile, armed with breakfast tricks that even make broccoli seem appealing. And don't get me started on her superhero ability to coax the kids into their shoes without a meltdown. But it's not just about survival mode with Isabelle. She's a pro at turning mundane moments into magical memories. Take last Tuesday, for instance. It started like any other day, cereal spills and missing socks. But by afternoon, our living room had transformed into a makeshift science lab. Isabelle had whipped up some DIY volcano experiment, complete with bubbly eruptions that had the kids squealing with delight. And let's talk about her creativity. When the skies opened up and threatened to wash out our weekend plans, Isabelle didn't skip a beat. Instead of moping indoors, she rallied the troops for an impromptu indoor camping adventure. Tents made of bedsheets, marshmallow roasting over candles. She turned a soggy Saturday into a camping escapade that rivaled the real deal. Sure, she's a nanny by title, but Isabelle's more like a Swiss Army knife of childcare. From field trips to homework sessions, playdates to art projects, she does it all with a flair that's downright impressive. And the best part? She's not just keeping the kids entertained. She's genuinely bonding with them, speaking their language in a way that makes them feel seen and heard. But it's not all rainbows and sunshine in Nannyland. Oh no, there's drama brewing on the horizon, and it's about to shake things up in a big way. But for now, let's bask in the chaos that is life with Isabelle, our not-so-secret weapon against the daily grind. Now, let's fast forward to that fateful day, the day the proverbial poop hit the fan. It all started innocently enough. My oldest, bless her heart, was knee-deep in state testing stress. She'd been hitting the books hard, her nose buried in textbooks and practice exams. But even the most diligent students need a break now and then, right? That's where Isabelle swooped in with her trademark creativity. "Spa day," she declared, flashing a mischievous grin that could rival the Cheshire Cat's. And just like that, the wheels were set in motion for what would go down in history as the most epic spa day this side of the Mississippi. Now, let me paint you a picture. Our living room, transformed into a sanctuary of relaxation and pampering. Isabelle, armed with an arsenal of beauty products that would make Sephora jealous, set to work. Hairdos worthy of Hollywood red carpets, nails painted with the precision of a seasoned artist, and face masks so luxurious they could rival those fancy spa treatments you see in magazines. But here's the kicker. This wasn't just any spa day. Oh no, this was a full-blown extravaganza, complete with cucumber slices, fluffy robes, and spa-worthy snacks. My daughter and her friends were living their best lives, giggling and gossiping like the little divas they were. Meanwhile, my youngest was off on his own adventure, spending the day with his grandparents. It was the perfect setup, a day of pampering for the girls, and some quality bonding time for my little man and his grandparents. But little did I know, beneath the surface of this spa day bliss, trouble was brewing. You see, my niece, ever the chatterbox, couldn't resist spilling the beans to her mom about the day's festivities. And let's just say, my sister-in-law's reaction was unexpected, to say the least. But we'll save that juicy tidbit for later. For now, let's revel in the joy of spa day magic, where even the most stressed-out preteens can find solace in a sea of bubbles and face masks. As the bubbles fizzled and the face masks dried, our living room transformed back into its usual chaotic state. But the memory of spa day lingered, a shimmering oasis in the desert of our daily routine. Little did I know, the calm after the storm was merely a prelude to the tempest brewing on the horizon. It started innocently enough. A casual text from my sister-in-law, praising Isabelle's knack for turning mundane moments into magical memories. But buried beneath the polite pleasantries was a subtle undercurrent of something else. Jealousy, perhaps, or maybe just a hint of resentment. I brushed it off at first, chalking it up to sibling rivalry or the inevitable comparisons that come with motherhood. But as the days passed, the tension simmered, bubbling to the surface like a pot on the verge of boiling over. Then came the bombshell. a text from my sister-in-law, offering Isabelle a position as a nanny for her own brood. Same pay, fewer kids, and the promise of a lighter workload. It was an enticing offer, to be sure, one that any nanny worth her salt would have a hard time refusing. But Isabelle was no ordinary nanny, and I was no ordinary employer. Call it loyalty, call it desperation, call it whatever you want. When push came to shove, I was willing to do whatever it took to keep Isabelle on our team. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I upped the ante. I promised Isabelle more money, more hours, and more perks than she could ever dream of. It was a gamble, to be sure, but one that I was willing to take to keep my family intact. And then came the fallout. Accusations flew, tempers flared, and before I knew it, I found myself at the center of a family feud of epic proportions. But amid the chaos and confusion, one thing became abundantly clear. I would do whatever it took to keep Isabelle by my side, even if it meant facing the wrath of my own flesh and blood. So there you have it, the saga of Spa Day, sibling rivalry, and the lengths a mother will go to keep her family together. Stay tuned, dear reader, for the next chapter in this tale of love, loyalty, and the bonds that bind us all. As the dust settled on the battlefield of family drama, I found myself grappling with a myriad of emotions. Guilt for stirring the pot of sibling rivalry. Anger at the unfair accusations hurled my way. But beneath it all, a steely determination to do right by Isabelle, the unsung hero of our household. But amidst the chaos, life marched on. Days turned into weeks, and before I knew it, summer was upon us. A season of sun-soaked adventures and lazy afternoons spent chasing fireflies. But even as we basked in the warmth of summer's embrace, the specter of uncertainty loomed large. Would Isabelle stay, or would she heed the siren call of my sister-in-law's tempting offer? I held my breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. But as the days stretched into weeks, it became clear that Isabelle was here to stay. And with her by our side, our little family felt invincible, ready to take on whatever the world threw our way. But just when it seemed like the storm clouds had finally parted, fate had one final twist in store. It came in the form of an unexpected visitor, a blast from the past, with a secret that threatened to unravel everything we held dear. But that, dear reader, is a tale for another time. For now, let's revel in the simple joys of summer, where the days are long and the possibilities are endless. And through it all, remember the power of love, loyalty, and the bonds that hold us together, even in the face of life's greatest challenges. So here's to Isabelle, the unsung hero of our household, and to the summer adventures that lie ahead. May they be filled with laughter, love, and maybe, just maybe, a hint of magic. But until then, dear reader, I bid you farewell. Stay tuned for the next chapter in this ever-unfolding saga, where the only certainty is the uncertainty that lies ahead. We'd love to hear your thoughts, reactions, and ideas on today's story. Did any particular character steal your heart? Were you on the edge of your seat because of a surprising plot twist? Or perhaps you have your own theories about what might happen next. Whatever it is, don't hesitate to share. Please remember to keep all comments respectful and constructive. We value diverse opinions and perspectives. Spoiler alert. If discussing specific plot points or twists, please use spoiler tags to avoid spoiling the story for others. Positive vibes only. Let's spread positivity and encouragement within our community. Kind words can make all the difference. Conclusion. Your voices matter, and we can't wait to hear what you have to say. Let's continue this journey together as we celebrate the magic of storytelling. Thank you for being a part of our community.